Hello and welcome to Survival Addiction. So I wanted to do a video about my everyday carry. I think it's definitely important to be prepared. So the very first thing that I carry every day, obviously, these are things most people carry. I have my wallet, car keys. I do have a rescue me. Don't know if you know what that is, but it has a glass breaker and it has a seatbelt cutter. So if I ever need to evacuate my car, let's say I've been in a rollover, I can't get out of my seatbelt, so I cut the seatbelt, and for some reason I need to break the windows to get out. I have a comb, so I can comb my hair, wet wipes, just in case I ever need wet wipes. I have an S2R Baton II. It's made by Olight. It's a really, really good flashlight. It goes all the way up to 1,150 lumens, which is pretty darn good, I think. Just to kind of show you. Obviously I have a light on, so it's not going to be as bright as you would think it would be. Anyways, I carry this everywhere with me. And then I also have a tactical pen. Has a, another glass breaker on it. But mostly I carry it around for the use of having a pen. One thing I definitely think it's important for everyone to have is some type of tourniquet. Let's say I'm in an accident and a piece of glass cuts one of my arteries, right? I need to be able to stop that bleeding quickly before I bleed out. Or let's say someone near me got shot. Having that tourniquet is super nice. It can save someone's life. And these actually aren't too expensive. I do also carry a Cat 7 tourniquet with me. They're a little bit bulkier. This one's easier to carry just by itself. I do have a paracord bracelet. I don't really rely on this compass too much. It's just one of those cheap little compasses. But something that I do like about this bracelet is it does have a ferro rod and a striker. I'll have to do a video of demonstrating how useful it is, because the ferro rod is actually really surprisingly good for just a cheap little paracord bracelet. This is my everyday carry knife. I do switch it up. Sometimes I'll carry my Benchmade, sometimes I'll carry a Kershaw, Smith & Wesson, it really just depends. This is a really good knife. It's called a Civivi Plethiros. Has D2 steel. You do have to manually open it. But if you look, you can physically see how sharp it is. It's so sharp actually that I filleted a fish with it. Anyways, great knife. Definitely would recommend getting it if anyone's in the market for a new knife. The next thing I always carry is a Leatherman. You never know when you will need, set of pliers or screwdriver. There's all sorts of things that you can use Leathermans for. This is a Leatherman sidekick. Let's give you a little bit better look. There's a lot of useful tools on it. I honestly probably haven't even used all of them yet. I just like to have it just in case. Another thing I'm big into is being able to survive. Let's say we're in the middle of this long stretch of road in some forest, right? And our car breaks down. We can't get a hold of anyone. I always like to have survival things with me also, in addition to my everyday carry. So this is a Mylar blanket. Very, very effective. As it says right here, it retains and reflects 90% of body heat. Waterproof and weatherproof. Very effective. And you can also use it with this tourniquet right here. So let's say you have a patient, they've lost a lot of blood, they're in shock. One of the very last things that you want to do is make sure that they aren't losing that heat, because shock can kill people really quickly. This is something that's great for that. Next thing on my list is a wire saw. This is great if I need to like cut down limbs, cut down logs into smaller logs. That way I'm not wasting my knife's sharp edge, not risking my knife breaking. This is something that's very nice. Okay, very last is I made this, pretty much this homemade survival kit. Everything right here fits into it, just fits into like a little Altoid can, right? Very thing I have on top, I have lint. Lint is a great fire starter. You just get a couple sparks in it and it will immediately take to flame, right? Which is great, especially if you have like a little bit wetter wood. You can't find any tinder near you that's not wet. It's perfect. Next thing on the list is I have fishing line. I can do hand fishing. So fishing line and trapping wire. Those are two of the most important things. Food is definitely one of the most important things, along with fire. If you do get trapped in like a situation where you aren't going to be able just to go indoors, you need that fire to stay warm, to cook your food. You need things to be able to trap your food, because it's going to be a heck of a lot easier than trying to make your own fishing line, trying to make your own fire with like, you know, a couple rocks or something. Next thing on the list is I have 2 packs of just matches. These matches, they're not waterproof and they're not strike anywhere. Obviously, like the strikers right here on the packaging, but they are humidity resistant. Super nice. Underneath it, I also have a needle. Didn't want to lose it. The needle's important. You can take some of this fishing line right here and you can sew up some clothes. Like if you get a hole in your pants, you can sew that up. Or in severe cases, you could sew up injuries. Let's say you cut yourself on a log, you're bleeding pretty badly, and you have nothing really left to do, for example. So you clean your wound out, whatever, dry it off, then you can pretty much suture your wound shut. Obviously, along with fishing, you need jigs or hooks. These are pretty big. I'll probably end up putting some smaller ones in. But the nice thing about these is you can also use them to like put wire in a tree and like get squirrels or like bigger game, like bigger animals like rabbits. Just, you know, if you have the right tools to trap them. Lastly, I just have a, you know, another little pocket knife. It's just stainless steel, nothing super amazing. It does have a set of tweezers and a little toothpick with it, plus scissors, another pocket knife, and then an awl. So it's nice to have just in case, let's say I only had time to grab my survival kit, I couldn't take anything else with me. At least I would have something that I could cut my wire with, cut my fishing line with. Any of those things. And then finally, This is the bag I put it all in. And I carry this with me everywhere. Like, obviously I can't carry it places that don't allow knives and whatever. But everywhere that will allow those things, I carry it. Yeah, anyways, so if you liked this video, just please hit the like button and subscribe to see more. Okay, thanks for tuning in.